Hey there, deep divers. Ever feel like the job search is a game where you don't know all the rules? We're diving into RoleCatcher today,
Okay.
a platform that claims to be a total game changer.
Okay.
They've got AI-powered tools for everything from resume tailoring to interview practice.
Interesting.
Even a feature that lets employers come to you, sign me up right.
It's definitely an intriguing time to be navigating the job market.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how RoleCatcher is leveraging AI to give job seekers an edge.
Me too. So, first things first, RoleCatcher has this jobs module.
Okay.
And full disclosure, I'm a sucker for anything that helps me get organized.
Yeah,
But this isn't just about decluttering your browser tabs, is it?
not at all.
Okay.
Imagine this. You're in the middle of applying for a bunch of different jobs, each with its own application portal and login.
Right.
RoleCatcher brings all of that together in one place,
Uh-huh.
which can be a lifesaver when you're managing multiple applications. But
Yeah.
they also have this browser plugin, RoleCatcher.capture,
Yeah.
that lets you save jobs from any job board with a single click.
Okay, so no more lost applications
Mhm.
or frantically emailing yourself links at 2:00 a.m.
Mhm.
I can definitely get behind that.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious about the AI aspect of this. They talk about analyzing job descriptions. How does that actually work?
It's pretty cool, actually. RoleCatcher's AI scans those lengthy job descriptions and pulls out the key skills and key words that employers are really looking for. Think of it like this. You're trying to get into an exclusive club,
Okay.
and RoleCatcher is the bouncer who knows exactly what's on the guest list.
So instead of just guessing what might catch a recruiter's eye, you've got an inside track.
Exactly, and here's where it gets really interesting. RoleCatcher takes those extracted keywords and compares them to your resume,
Uh-huh.
giving you a score based on how well you match up.
So it's like getting a sneak peek into how recruiters are evaluating your application,
Right.
even before a human lays eyes on it.
Yeah.
That's a little scary, but also kind of brilliant.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of tailoring your resume.
Right.
Plus, it helps you understand how those applicant tracking systems or ATSs might be filtering your application.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like speaking the AI's language, even if you're not a tech whiz yourself. But what if my resume isn't quite up to par?
Mm-hmm.
Does RoleCatcher just tell me I need to up my game, or do they actually offer solutions?
They actually provide specific recommendations for improvement.
Okay.
For example, let's say you've got tons of experience managing projects,
Right.
but you don't explicitly mention agile methodologies on your resume.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI might pick up on that
Uh-huh.
and suggest incorporating those keywords to strengthen your application for project management roles.
That's super helpful. It's like having a career coach who's also fluent in AI. So you've got your applications under control, your resume is optimized, but then comes the really scary part, the interview. Does RoleCatcher offer any help with that dreaded interview prep?
They do, and this is where it gets really interesting. They have a database of over 120,000 interview questions. And these aren't generic one-size-fits-all questions either. They're tailored to specific careers, industries, and even experience levels.
Wow, 120,000 questions. That's like a lifetime's worth of interview practice.
Sure.
But how do you even begin to navigate a database that massive?
That's the beauty of it. You can filter by your target role, industry, or even specific skills you want to highlight.
Okay.
Let's say you're applying for a marketing position. You could practice answering questions specific to social media marketing, content strategy, or whatever area you specialize in.
So you're not just memorizing generic answers, you're really diving deep into the specific challenges and opportunities of your target role. That's amazing. But I'm curious, how does the AI actually help with the interview practice itself?
Well, remember how I mentioned RoleCatcher encourages you to record yourself answering practice questions?
Yeah, I'm both curious and terrified by that feature.
I get it. But here's where the magic happens.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your video, providing feedback on everything from your body language to the content of your answers.
No way. It's like having a personal interview coach who's available 24/7. What kind of feedback does it actually give? Does it tell you if your tie is crooked or what?
It's actually much more sophisticated than that. For example, let's say you tend to fidget when you're nervous. RoleCatcher's AI might pick up on that and suggest ways to improve your body language, like maintaining steady eye contact or using hand gestures more purposefully.
That's incredible. It's like having a secret weapon to help you project confidence even if you're feeling those pre-interview jitters.
Yeah.
This is all starting to sound very futuristic. But what about those of us who aren't actively searching for a new job but want to stay ahead of the curve? Does RoleCatcher offer anything for us?
This is where their Career Compasses tool comes in.
Okay.
Instead of just focusing on your immediate job search, it's designed to help you explore different career paths and develop a long-term strategy for your professional life.
Okay.
It's like having a GPS for your career, helping you navigate different industries, identify growth opportunities, and even discover career paths you never knew existed.
Okay. I'm officially intrigued. Tell me more about this career compass and how it actually works. Does it read your mind or something?
Well, it doesn't have telepathic powers yet,
Okay.
but it does use a combination of your skills, experience, and interests to suggest potential career paths that might be a good fit for you.
So it's like a personalized career guidance counselor,
Right.
but without the awkward high school flashbacks.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just suggesting jobs. You can explore different industries, research potential employers, and even find relevant courses or certifications to boost your qualifications.
It's like having a one-stop shop for all things career-related. This is all starting to paint a very impressive picture of RoleCatcher. But let's dive into the specifics of how this platform can help you land that dream job. And for me, that starts with standing out from the crowd.
Right.
What makes RoleCatcher's approach to resumes and cover letters so unique?
You're right, making a memorable first impression is crucial. And RoleCatcher has some really innovative tools for crafting resumes and cover letters that stand out.
Okay, so spill the tea. What's their secret sauce? Is it all about fancy fonts?
Yeah.
And those infographic resumes I keep hearing about?
While presentation definitely matters,
Right.
RoleCatcher focuses on something even more important.
Okay.
Tailoring your resume to each specific job description.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about their AI extracting keywords?
Oh, right, like having a secret decoder ring for those sometimes confusing job descriptions.
Exactly. But here's the really cool part.
Okay.
RoleCatcher doesn't just highlight those keywords. It actually scores your resume based on how well it aligns with what the employer is looking for.
Okay.
It's like getting a sneak peek into how those applicant tracking systems, or ATSs, might be ranking your application.
So even before a human sees my resume, I can get a sense of whether it's going to resonate with the AI gatekeepers. That's both fascinating and slightly terrifying.
It's definitely an eye-opener, but here's the good news.
Okay.
If your score isn't where you want it to be,
Well?
RoleCatcher provides specific recommendations for improvement.
Okay, so it's not just a matter of your resume needs work. It actually tells you what to tweak.
Exactly. It might suggest incorporating specific keywords, highlighting relevant projects, or even restructuring sections for better readability.
That's so much more helpful than just getting a generic rejection email. Do you have any examples of how this AI-powered tailoring actually works in practice?
Sure. Let's say you're applying for a project manager position.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI might identify keywords like agile methodologies, risk management, and stakeholder communication as highly relevant.
Okay.
Even if you have experience in these areas, if they're not explicitly mentioned in your resume,
Right.
your application might not make it through the ATS.
Ah, so it's not enough to just have the skills you have to make sure they're front and center for both the AI and the human reviewers.
Exactly. RoleCatcher helps you bridge that gap,
Right.
making sure your resume is speaking the right language from the get-go.
That's brilliant. What about those of us who have multiple versions of our resume for different career paths? Can RoleCatcher handle that kind of juggling act?
Absolutely. You can actually store and manage different versions of your resume within the platform.
Okay.
And here's the best part.
Okay.
When you're applying for a job,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher will analyze the job description and recommend which version of your resume has the highest match.
It's like having a personal resume assistant who knows exactly which version of you to put forward. That's amazing. But resumes are just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
What about cover letters? Are those still a thing in the age of AI and instant applications?
They absolutely are, especially for roles where you really want to showcase your personality,
Right.
your passion, and your unique value proposition.
Right.
A cover letter is your chance to make a more personal connection with the hiring manager.
I get it. Resumes can feel a bit impersonal, like filling out a form.
Right.
A cover letter is your chance to tell your story. But let's be real. Writing a compelling cover letter can feel daunting.
Sure.
Does RoleCatcher offer any help in that department?
They do. And this is where their Copilot AI subscription comes in.
Okay, Copilot AI.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Tell me everything.
So imagine this. You're staring at a blank page,
Yeah.
unsure how to start your cover letter.
Right.
Copilot AI analyzes the job description,
Okay.
pulls out key themes and requirements,
Uh-huh.
and then helps you articulate how your skills and experience align with what the company's looking for.
So it's not just about plugging in keywords, it's about crafting a narrative that resonates with the hiring manager.
Precisely. It's about going beyond those generic statements and creating a story that's both compelling and authentically you.
I love that. Everyone loves a good story. But let's be realistic. Not everyone has the budget for a paid subscription.
Right.
What can free users expect from RoleCatcher's resume and cover letter tools?
Even without the Copilot AI subscription,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher offers some great resources. You still get the job description analysis, the resume scoring, and the recommendations for improvement. Plus, they have a library of sample cover letters and templates that you can use for inspiration.
So it's a great starting point, and you can always level up to Copilot AI if you need those extra superpowers.
Right.
But it seems like RoleCatcher is about so much more than just resumes and cover letters. They're really trying to provide a holistic approach to this job search, right?
Absolutely. And a big part of that is helping you take control of your career destiny.
Right.
Even when you're not actively searching for a new job.
Right.
That's where their Career Compasses tool really shines.
Okay, we touched on Career Compass earlier, but let's dive deeper. You mentioned it's like having a GPS for your career. What does that actually look like in practice?
Imagine this. You're feeling a bit lost in your career,
Okay.
unsure which direction to take or what opportunities are out there. RoleCatcher's Career Compass helps you map out your skills and interests, explore different industries, and even uncover hidden career paths you might never have considered.
Hidden career paths. Now you're speaking my language. Tell me more.
Well, a lot of times we limit ourselves by what we think we know.
Right.
RoleCatcher has this incredible database of over 3,000 career guides.
Wow.
You can browse by industry, skills,
Okay.
or even your values.
Wait, so I can search for jobs that align with my values?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm all about finding work that feels meaningful and fulfilling.
Exactly. And that's what's so great about Career Compass.
Right.
It's not just about finding any job.
Right.
It's about finding a career path that resonates with who you are and what you care about.
I love that. It's like they're taking all those career aptitude tests we took in high school
Okay.
and giving them a 21st century upgrade.
And it goes beyond just exploring careers.
Okay.
You can also use Career Compass to research potential employers.
Oh, that's smart because company culture can make or break your experience, right?
Exactly. And RoleCatcher gets that. They provide these really detailed company profiles, including their mission, values, recent news, and even employee reviews.
Interesting.
It's like getting a behind-the-scenes look before you even apply.
It's like having a secret weapon in the job search game. But speaking of secret weapons, let's talk about another crucial aspect of landing that dream job. Networking.
Ah, yes. Networking. The lifeblood of any successful job search.
Right.
And of course, RoleCatcher has some pretty cool tools to help you build and manage your professional network more effectively.
Okay. I'm listening.
Yeah.
But I have to admit the word networking sometimes makes me cringe.
Yeah.
It just makes me think of those awkward networking events where everyone's just exchanging business cards and trying to sell each other something.
I hear you. But RoleCatcher's approach to networking is different. Think of it less about transactional interactions and more about building genuine relationships with people in your field.
Okay.
Their platform helps you organize your contacts, track your interactions, and even identify common connections that might be able to provide introductions or insights.
So it's like a CRM for your career, helping you nurture those relationships over time.
Exactly. And they offer tons of tips and strategies for effective networking, whether you're a natural extrovert or someone who prefers more low-key interactions.
I love that they're not just throwing you into the networking deep end without a life preserver. But let's face it, even with the best networking skills in the world, sometimes it's all about those serendipitous encounters, those aha moments where you stumble upon a company or a role that you never even knew existed. Does RoleCatcher have anything to offer those of us who believe in a little bit of career destiny?
I'm so glad you asked.
Okay.
Because RoleCatcher is surprisingly good at facilitating those aha moments.
Okay, now you've got my full attention. Tell me everything.
Remember how we talked about their massive database of career guides and company profiles?
Yes.
Well, RoleCatcher encourages you to use that information to explore. You can set up alerts for specific companies or industries you're interested in, and they'll notify you of new job postings or relevant news articles.
So instead of just reacting to what I'm doing,
Exactly. And sometimes the most exciting opportunities are the ones you weren't even looking for.
Right.
By expanding your search and staying informed about different industries and companies,
Right.
you're much more likely to stumble upon those hidden gems.
It's like they're saying, don't just wait for opportunity to knock, go out and find it. But eventually, even with all this preparation and strategizing, it comes down to that face-to-face or screen-to-screen encounter, the interview.
Right.
And for many, that's the most nerve-wracking part of the entire job search process.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how RoleCatcher can help us conquer those interview jitters and put our best foot forward. All right, deep divers. We've talked about resumes and cover letters and networking, but now it's time to face the music, or should I say the interviewer. It's like the main event of the job search, right?
Yeah.
All your preparation leads up to this moment.
It's definitely a pivotal moment where you get to showcase your skills and personality beyond what's on paper.
Right.
And while those pre-interview jitters are totally normal, RoleCatcher has some seriously cool tools to help you walk into that room or log on to that video call feeling prepared and confident.
Okay, so we've touched on their massive database of interview questions.
Right.
But it's more than just quantity, right? I mean, what good is a million questions if they're not relevant to the specific job you're after?
You're absolutely right. It's all about quality and relevance.
Right.
RoleCatcher gets that. They've categorized their question by industry, job type, seniority level, and even specific skills. So if you're applying for, say, a senior software engineer role, you can focus on questions that target your specific area of expertise, like cloud computing or cybersecurity.
That's so smart. It's like having a personalized study guide for your interview. But even with the right questions, crafting those perfect answers can feel like a whole other challenge.
Right.
I know I've stumbled through my fair share of interview responses, trying to sound smart and polished while also staying true to myself.
I think we've all been there. It's that delicate balance of showcasing your skills and experience while letting your personality shine through.
Yeah.
And here's where RoleCatcher's AI steps in, offering some really helpful guidance.
Okay, AI to the rescue again. I'm all ears. Tell me, how does RoleCatcher use AI to help you craft interview answers? Does it just spit out generic responses?
Not at all. It's much more nuanced than that.
Okay.
With their Copilot AI feature, you get AI-generated suggestions tailored to your specific experiences and the job description. Think of it as a brainstorming partner, not a ghostwriter.
So it's not about giving you canned answers, but rather helping you connect the dots between your skills and what the employer's looking for.
Exactly. Let's say you're asked about a time you overcame a difficult challenge. Copilot AI might remind you of a specific project where you demonstrated leadership or problem-solving skills, helping you craft a more compelling and relevant response.
That's so helpful. It's like having a little voice in your ear saying, remember that time you totally rocked that presentation? Talk about that.
Exactly.
But even with well-crafted answers, there's still the delivery, the body language, the whole shebang.
Right.
I know I tend to get fidgety when I'm nervous. Any tips for how to project confidence, even when you're feeling those butterflies?
Practice, practice, practice.
Right.
And that's where RoleCatcher's video rehearsal feature comes in. It's not just about practicing your answers in front of a mirror.
Right.
It's about seeing and hearing yourself as the interviewer would.
Right. Because sometimes we sound a lot smoother in our heads than we do out loud. But what I find really cool is that RoleCatcher's Copilot AI can actually analyze your video rehearsals and give you feedback on your delivery.
It's like having your own personal interview coach.
Right.
Providing personalized insights and suggestions for improvement.
Yeah.
It might pick up on things like fidgeting, lack of eye contact, or even if you're speaking too quickly.
Wow. It's like having a secret weapon to help you nail those nonverbal cues. But let's be real. Interviews can be unpredictable.
Right.
No matter how much you prepare, there's always a chance you'll encounter those curveball questions that throw you off balance. Any advice for handling those unexpected moments with grace and composure?
Absolutely. First and foremost, don't panic.
Right.
Take a deep breath and try to understand the intent behind the question.
Okay.
Often interviewers are less interested in a right answer and more interested in how you think on your feet, how you approach challenges, and how you articulate your thought process.
So it's about showing your problem-solving skills and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
Exactly. And if you need a moment to gather your thoughts, don't be afraid to ask for a bit of clarification.
Yeah.
Or say something like, "That's a great question. Let me take a moment to gather my thoughts on that."
Right.
It's much better to pause and deliver a thoughtful response than to blurt out something you'll regret later.
That's such good advice.
Oh.
And I love that RoleCatcher encourages that kind of thoughtful approach to interviewing. It's not about trying to have all the answers memorized. It's about showing up as your best and most authentic self.
Exactly. And sometimes the most impressive responses are the ones where you're honest about not knowing something, but are eager to learn and adapt.
Right.
That shows a willingness to learn.
So the interview's done, you survived, maybe even rocked it. What happens next?
Yeah.
Is it just a waiting game, or are there things you can do to stay top of mind after the interview?
Following up with a thank you note is a great way to reiterate your interest in the position
Right.
and leave a positive final impression. A simple email expressing your gratitude for the opportunity and highlighting something specific you enjoyed discussing can go a long way.
Ah, the art of the thank you note. It's amazing how those little gestures can make a big difference. And of course, RoleCatcher has resources for that too, right?
They do. They have templates and examples of effective thank you notes.
Okay.
But more importantly, they encourage you to personalize your message, making it genuine and heartfelt.
I love that. It's about bringing that human touch back into the job search, even in this digital age. Well, deep divers, we've covered a lot of ground today, from crafting the perfect resume to acing that final interview. What are your final thoughts on RoleCatcher as an AI-powered career companion?
What impresses me most is how RoleCatcher seamlessly blends technology and human guidance.
Right.
It's not about replacing human interaction.
Right.
It's about enhancing it, providing job seekers with the tools and support they need to navigate the job search process with confidence and achieve their career goals. It's like having a personal career coach, cheerleader, and strategist all rolled into one.
I couldn't agree more. It's clear that RoleCatcher is a game changer for anyone looking to take control of their professional destiny, whether they're actively searching for a new opportunity or simply want to stay ahead of the curve in today's ever-evolving job market.
It's true.
So if you're ready to level up your job search and embark on a more fulfilling and successful career journey, RoleCatcher is definitely worth exploring.
On that note, I'd leave our listeners with this thought. As AI continues to shape the future of work, how can you leverage these technological advancements to your advantage, not just in your job search, but throughout your entire career?
Excellent question. And we hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought on that very topic.